For New Yorkers with conviction records, life post-incarceration can often feel like a never-ending sentence. While secure housing is the first step to a stable life, it's nearly impossible when a conviction record appears in your background check. Hilton Webb was one of these people. The 27 years he spent in prison prevented him from getting an apartment for 6 years. It didn't matter that he was now a licensed social worker helping people in need. It didn't matter if he worked hard to get his credit score from a 300 to a 750. And it didn't matter if he was making 40 times the rent. No one would give Hilton a chance due to his record.
My crime happened in 1989. At what point do you stop punishing me for it? I won't even get into the fact that I didn't do the crime, but let's say I did. When is the punishment over? I thought that was the time the state gave me.
Shelters aren't a safe option either. On his first day back, Hilton stayed in a shelter, but after witnessing people using drugs and others engaged in sexual activity, he knew this was not a place he'd ever want to come back to.
The realities of shelters is that it's just like being back in prison. And I was done with that. I just wanted a place to stay where I could be safe at night, that I'm willing to pay for, and live the rest of my life.
Hilton sought help from the Fortune Society, a nonprofit organization helping formerly incarcerated individuals rebuild their lives. They let him stay in its transitional housing as he completed his social work degrees.
It's traumatizing to people. It harms people in a different way because people come home wanting to be successful, wanting to be stable, just like any other citizen. When someone has stable housing, it allows them to be in the world a certain way, to access opportunities a certain way, right? To continue to build a life of contribution that ultimately leads to one that other people can model.
Hilton was released from prison in July of 2017, but did not find an apartment of his own until October of 2023. The Fair Transfer Housing Bill aims to protect people like Hilton from further discrimination based on past convictions. According to New York City law, housing providers cannot discriminate against race, national origin, or citizenship status, but none prevent discrimination for those with an arrest or conviction record. The bill seeks to amend this law and make background checks or inquiries about convictions at any stage of the application process or denial because of a conviction unlawful. To keep the housing process fair, housing providers will have to be more transparent. No more advertising against people with conviction histories, clear communication about rejection reasons, and a notice of rights for every applicant.
There are instances where people are given the opportunity, right? And people are housed, and people are living well and doing well because they have stable housing.
Does that mean that anything I've done since then doesn't matter? No, I think it should matter. I think the things that I've done since then should matter. And I've done nothing but put good into the world. Everybody who's listening to this has done something they're ashamed of. Maybe you didn't do anything criminal. Maybe you just did some moral violation. But do you want that to be the measure of your life? No. So why should anybody else be judged for the worst thing they have done?